Ruthless.
That last batch come from? Same guys. They're trying to kill me.
If you don't give me that key, I'm gonna go in there and tell him everything.
Yeah, you didn't get it from me.
Here, come back.
What is it, Kate?
FBI.
What do you put in here that makes it taste so good?
That meal is for you.
Eat.
What the hell is going on?
Ruth covers for Manny. Laura and Aaron begin to question the Raku ways. Lacey tries to convince Marva that she's learned her lesson, and Ruth asserts her authority over Dikahn. What's good? I'm a Ruthless addict. It is your girl, Dikahn. Thank you guys so much for tapping into all things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless addicts. Let's go ahead and dive on into Tyler Perry's Ruthless Season 4, Episode 3, entitled Behind Closed Doors. Ruth tries to convince Daikon that Manny, what he sees between she and Manny is not what he really sees. So they basically proceed to come up. Ruth is of course she's genius. She comes up with the idea or the explanation that the reason why Manny's pants are down is because she was trying to help him. She tried to help him because he was injured. Said that Elder Mother Marva took him to her trailer, said that she gave him some medicine or a drink that made him go to sleep, and then she sliced the size of his penis, and that is why his pants are down. She says that she gave him some cream to put on it, and he says that really still doesn't explain why you're standing there looking at him like that. And she proceeds to let him know, look, I had to give him a shot, a tetanus shot, and she shows him the shot. So Daikon, at first, Manny is like, I don't want to tell it. But then he finally goes along with Ruth's story, and Daikon is like, well, why didn't you tell me this before? And of course, Manny is like, well, I didn't want to be, in trouble. I didn't want to have to go to the punishment trailer, so that's why I didn't tell you. So Ruth tries to send Manny on his, and of course Daikon falls for it for the moment, and Ruth tries to send Manny on his way, but Daikon is like, you don't dismiss my men, I dismiss my men. And so Daikon tells Manny to go ahead and go. So then it's Ruth and Daikon alone, and Ruth literally slaps the coconut milk out of Daikon. She lets him know, don't you ever embarrass me like that ever again. I am the wife. I'm to be the wife of the highest, and you're not going to disrespect me that way. And she says, he asked her, why protect Manny? Why are you helping Manny? Because he is one of your strongest soldiers. He is loyal to you, and he is loyal to the Raku. So that's why I helped him. But don't you ever, embarrass me like that again. And so she moves on, and then we see Daikon, of course, go and mess with River. Because as you know, on the last episodes, the medicine or the shots were low. The heroin that River had been given to the highest were low. So Daikon immediately thinks that, which his suspicions were very true, but he immediately thinks that River is trying to overdose the highest. In actuality, he was, but River comes up with the story that all the other boys have been given the same dosage, and then the highest has been asking for more. So now it just looks as if, the highest has been doing this to himself, and Daikon is kind of somewhat believing it. But of course, Daikon being Daikon, if I find out something different, I am going to punish you, and I am going to tell the highest. But because the highest is a habitual user, it seems like it's very believable. So then, you guys, we get back to the pavilion where the two, Laura and Aaron, have received their food. They have eaten their food, and Aaron tries to slow down. He's like, I've eaten enough because, I'm full. I just, and Elder Mother Marva's like, eat up. And he's like, okay. So he takes a couple more bites, and then she proceeds to tell, it's time for everybody to go to bed, and she proceeds to tell River to come over and take Aaron to the trailer. So this is the last hug between Laura and Aaron, you guys. I truly feel so bad for them, but this is the last hug. So then Elder Mother Marva says Joan asked her, do you want me to help you to your trailer? And Elder Mother Marva says, no, I want something strong and black. What, Marva? You better work, girlfriend. But anyway, so the boy comes over, and he's like excited to take her to the trailer. I don't know if this dude was just happy to be at the scene. I'm not mad at that. But he plays along and ushers her on to her trailer. And then we have Ruth. Ruth is telling Joan everything is okay, and Joan is in the process of trying to ask questions. Ruth is like, everything's okay, the highest is fine, and have you seen him? No, I haven't seen him. Well, the highest is fine, situation is fine. River is not trying to take the money and run at this moment. He's fine as well. So Ruth Ruth tells Joan, go ahead and go to your trailer, girl, go to bed. And Joan is looking at her in the crazy way. She's like, girl, why are you looking at me like that? And Ruth, the two of them are hilarious. But Joan is like, you taking that elder mother name, you really enjoying that, but not loving the Raku. So to me, something is going on with Joan. She's switching up. I don't know if Joan is losing her marbles as well, but she's switching up to be a little bit more dedicated to the Raku. It could just be me, or maybe she just does not like Ruth, just like Ruth does not like her. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how much more where that actually goes. So then we have River, who is taking Aaron to the trailer. In the midst of that, because Aaron questioned it. It's like, why can't my wife and I be in the same, trailer? It's like, no, the men sleep separately and the women sleep, wherever they're gonna sleep. And so he's asking River, well, where's my wife? He points at her. He says, oh, she's just over there. But he makes a joke in his mind, which was a funny joke, but it wasn't. He's like, well, where are they taking my wife? And the River says, well, they're going to kill her. And he's like, what? So River is all with the games and the shenanigans, regardless of whether he wants to be on the compound or not. He's still with the shit, excuse my language, and he is just giving Aaron a whole lot of problems right now. But Aaron is not stupid, y'all. Aaron stuck his fingers in his mouth to regurgitate that food that he had eaten. He knows that there's something not right with that food, and he has to get it out of his system. And he tells River, or River asks him, should I get the other mother? Are you okay? And like I said, Aaron knows exactly what he's doing. He was just trying to get that food out of his system so that whatever effects happen does not happen to him. So then, you guys, then we see the two that have finally made it to the trailer, and we got this dude in the background. Shout out to the naked dude in the background. They're all sleeping in the trailer, butt naked, and I guess it's because it's so hot in these trailers. It's confusing to Aaron. Aaron is like, what is going on? But it is what it is. And so River says, well, we don't have any more bunks in here, but you can sleep in the bed with me. And Aaron is like, nah, I'm good. I'll make me a pallet right here on the floor. And he attempts to take Aaron's backpack, but Aaron has his cell phone in that backpack. I don't know what else he has in that backpack, but he's definitely trying to keep that backpack close to him, because for some reason there's a lifeline in that backpack. Aaron lays on the floor, and River, gets in his bunk, and they get ready, to go ahead and take their final sleep, or their sleep for the night, you guys. So then we see Laura and our girl Zane. Now Zane is looking for a brand new friend. She tells Laura, you can sleep in this bunk. This used to be Paula's bunk, and that was Lacey's bunk, and they're both going to the Raku. The bathroom, we don't have a regular bathroom. We have a pot that we use, so you can go, if you need to use the bathroom, you can go and use that pot. And she proceeds to let her know, hey, I want you to be my friend. Are you going to be my friend? And Laura's playing along with it, but Laura is also seeing colors, which means the effects of that drug that's in that food is taking its toll on her. So then the very next morning, this guy right here, now mind you, they are locked in the trailer, and Aaron questions that as well, like, what if there's a fire? And River says, these big strong men in here will be fine. So then River is like the little brother that always plays and jokes around and always does something that he has no business doing. So anyway, he wakes this man up by twirling his fingers in his hair. And Aaron is up and he's shocked. He's like, what is going on? So they get up and they prepare to go to breakfast. And he says, well, will I be able to see my wife today? And she says she's probably already up. She's probably been up about an hour already. And they're preparing to cook the food for our breakfast. So let's get up, let's go and get ready to go eat. And of course, on the way out, Aaron secures his phone. He puts it in his pocket, and they make their way out the trailer to breakfast. So then we see Manny and Lewis. Manny and Lewis are just saying, bruh, this is what happened. Ruth helped me out, so I need you to make sure you corroborate the story. She said that that the elder mother did this to me, and because Ruth doesn't like elder mother. And so Lewis is like, okay, I got you. Now, will he actually help him cover this up? I don't know, but we will see. So then we see the crew, everybody, they finally get an outdoor scene where everybody is outside at one time and on their way to breakfast. Somebody said, we never get to see them eat. Well, this is the time where we're going to see them eat. And this is one of the suppers or one of the breakfasts where the women cannot eat until the men eat first. So Ruth and Joan are having their conversation. The under talk, they can't really say too much because of other listening ears. But up walks elder mother, sprinkling this white powder substance with quote unquote white pepper, but we know it's the happy medicine. And Ruth, before that, during that, Ruth is like, what is she, putting in there? And, I don't know, the two of them, they're just going back and forth about what's in the food, why we don't know what's in the food. And we should know, but River or Joan tells her, well, you knew about the Narcan. She said, I'm a street bitch, so I know about that type of stuff. The other stuff, I don't know what's going on. Do I look like a pharmacy? So the two of them were going back and forth, but it was hilarious. So then we see these two walk up to the lunch line, to the breakfast line, and Aaron in the background, he sees his lady, but Ruth said, and they attempt to speak to each other, but Ruth says, you can't speak to the men anymore. And prior to that, y'all, when Lacey, I'm sorry, y'all, when Zane and Laura walked up to the breakfast line, Zane was trying to get her new friend to help them serve breakfast, but Ruth, being as stern as she was, she can't, because she's not one of us. She can't help us serve breakfast yet because she is not one of us. And Ruth just is like giving Laura the business, like, girl, you going real hard on Laura. But she was just, making it to where if you're going to be here, this is what you're going to have to deal with. And so, like I said, Laura sees Aaron but then Laura says, can I go ahead and eat? She's like, because I'm really hungry. I don't know if Laura is fiending for the drugs or if she's really hungry. But she tells her, once again, you can't eat until the men eat. And so you just stand back there and you just wait, and then you'll get your food. So then back to River and Aaron walking up, and they see each other and they wave at each other, Aaron and Laura. And they let her know, y'all can't even be talking. So Ruth tells him she tells River to get his mans together, let him know the rules, so explain to him how it goes over here. So then, you guys, we see other mother getting ready to leave. She says she has a patient, and we see her talking to Lacey. Lacey is able to talk. Lacey is attempting, in her mind to comply. She says she doesn't want pain medicine because she knows that pain medicine, elder mother Marva, will make the pain worse. So then elder mother gives Lacey this cup. I don't know exactly what's in the cup. Hopefully it's not something to take her out, but elder mother does tell Lacey that I have to tell the highest that you're still alive, and we'll see if you really get to live. I don't know what the highest gonna do to you, but we'll see. So then, you guys, we see Ruth, and like I said, nobody can eat until all the men have eaten. And come to find out, Daikon was the last freaking man that had yet to eat. So Ruth goes over to his trailer, and he's sitting in the trailer soaking like a big old baby. And I'm not eating. And she's like, well, you have to eat so that the rest of the women can eat. There are other women here. There are good women here that are pregnant, just like me. I am one of those pregnant women. So Ruth is like, he's like, oh really? And he's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, just ask Elder Mother Marva and she'll give you my pregnancy test results. She'll let you know that I am truly pregnant. So then, you guys, we go back and forth, and Ruth and Daikon go back and forth with their conversation. And she, he's like, you think you're slick, you want me, you want the highest. He's like, both of y'all are mine. So Daikon, Dirty Daikon, at this moment, you guys, he goes out the door, gets him another chick, and says, you come here, come in, tell her to take her clothes off. She proceeds to take her clothes off, and they literally get it in front of Ruth. But Ruth is like, I'm not fooling with you, I'm not watching this. So she tells them, tells the girl to get out, and she obeys Ruth. She gets out, but Ruth knocks Daikon to the floor. He's only doing this because he's trying to make Ruth jealous. He's saying, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. You did it in front of the highest, and the highest was the one that turned me on, not you. So Ruth is like, look, let me tell you something. You belong to me, and the highest belongs to me. Both of you are mine. So you will never disrespect me ever again in front of another person ever in your life. And so Ruth, she proceeds to, first of all, she slapped him again. She hit him over the head with a cast iron pan. Then she spits on him. And he says, oh, you missed my mouth. Like, was she supposed to spit in your mouth? Nasty. But anyway, y'all, they end up in the kiss. And she finally says, now what you're going to do is get yourself together and you're going to go eat breakfast so everybody else can eat breakfast too. But then, you guys, the craziness happens, and Ruth makes her way out of the door, and up walks the highest, like Jason in a freaking Freddy Krueger movie or a Friday the 13th movie, you guys. Up walks the highest. This episode was absolutely crazy. It was giving me 10s all over the board. I received a lot of information. It was filler, but it was definitely a lot of information. We saw what the after effect from every situation that has happened in Ruthless. You guys, make sure you comment, drop your comments below, let me know your thoughts. And hey, if you're new to this channel, please, and you like my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can receive notification as well as the notification bell, you guys, of new content, because Ruthless is back. It's back, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that being said,